Well, hello there. And this is Auntie. And I am here on a Friday night to do my review of Love After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 40, Halfway Handoff.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop.
auntie that
You can make this up. Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even fuckers?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back. And this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. To all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. And a special shout out to all the members of Auntie's Advice. Y'all, if I had to rate this episode of Love After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 40, Halfway Handoff, I would rate this mofo a B. Y'all, I thought that this was a good episode. I'm trying to tell you, y'all, let me know down in the comment section what you would rate tonight's episode of Love After Freaking Lock Up. Let's get started. The first couple that I want to talk about is Anissa and Jeff. Now, as we all know, this woman is like 150 years older than Jeff. He was supposed to come home to her and 2 times previously, and this time he did, right? He said that all of the money that she had given him in the past 50-some years, he used it for drugs. And so now he's home. He's in a halfway house. And Anissa is going out to go and see him to take him shopping with the expectation that she'd get her cookies crumbled in the dressing room. Okay. So she gets all the way. I think that this is a long drive for her. I don't know if she said it was a 2-hour drive or what she said it was. Y'all write it down in the comment section for your auntie. But I know that this is a long ride for her to get to this mofo, right? And so she drives all this way only to get there and have him to call her on the phone to say that he could not go with her because she was going to take him, like I said, she was going to take him to go and get him some clothes and get her cookies crumbled, and look like she's going to remain whole. Okay. And so she's upset about it. She's like, my nerves can't take this. Why can't you come and spend time with me? And he says the reason why he can't spend time with her is because he has to get an ankle bracelet on his ankle. And the guy said he just ain't got time to do it today. So, that means that, he can't leave out. And so she's upset about it. Her age really started kicking in. It almost looked like, she was like she got 10 years older while she was already standing there. And, she started shaking like just, I said, cool, googly goo, she needs something. And so, he says, but I need $100 from you. And do you have the food and the toiletries and all of those things that you promised me? So she was like, yeah, I have it. He said, well, the guard said that you have to, come in the gate. Don't cross a go, okay? Don't stop for the $200. You just go and take the food and whatever toiletries you have plus the $100, and you put it on that picnic table, and then you walk your old tail up on out of here. And so, of course, she, is upset about that. She leaves out. She said that Kyle told her that, she was feeding the dog, taking care of a dog and feeding the dog. And she said she's starting to feel like that because he's only been in a halfway house a week and he already doesn't have any money. So she was like, when he asked for the $100, she was like, okay, so what happened to the $100 that I already gave you? And he was like, it's expensive in here. Your man, ain't you worried about your man not eating? They're not going to let you starve in a halfway house, young. Like, for real, you behind bars and gates and all of that kind of stuff. I'm sure that they are serving you something. So, it's a manipulation of it all for me, right? And so, of course, she's upset about it because she doesn't have an opportunity to go and see him. And so she leaves and then, while she's in the car, she's saying, that she has not had been with the man for 6 years and that she deserved to be with him. And she's upset because she thought that she was going to, be doing whatever she was going to be doing in the dressing room, and she ain't getting nothing. We see him come outside immediately after she left. And I just think that this is a game. I think that he is playing some kind of silly game with her. And I think that she's aware of it. The red flags is just flying all over the place. Okay. And Anissa is just desperate at this point. She feels like she's won because, he did come home this third time, which was a charm, I guess, for her. And so she feels like, this is I ain't gonna be able to do it. So the next person that I want to talk about is Stan and Lisa. Now, remember, Stan had told Lisa that he wished that the kids would go away and she wasn't a good mother. Her son needs to grow up and stop being a crybaby and all of that kind of stuff. Lisa got mad and rode up out of that camp. I thought that she had left in his car. But some people said she left in the Uber. I don't know how they was able to tell a difference. But some of y'all indicated that she left in an Uber. But whatever the case, Lisa is now sitting in at the beautician shop with her homegirls. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing that I've learned from Love After Lockup, and y'all let me know down in the comment section. The people that have been incarcerated have come from all walks of life. I mean, they got the beautician hookup, they got the nail hookup, they got a man or a woman when they come up out of that camp. I'm sure that they got people who have had other kind of jobs, but this girl that came out of there and she is getting a full-blown weave. Now, as we know, Stan had already spent $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 at the girl's shop to get wigs for her, but none of those wigs was satisfactory for her. She left Stan's house, very upset because of the things that he said about her, not being a good mother. And about her son, and now she is at the beautician shop. So, she's telling her girlfriend about the things that happened with Stan and stuff like that. And, because she fired up mad with him. She said that the girl was talking about her hair. She said that her hair was like that because she was in a fight. Right. But I'm saying, I'm sure your hair has grown back since the fight because I ain't seen no other kind of anyway. And so anyway, she's getting a full blown weave. And so Stan's, Okay, calm down. My mind is going 50 miles per hour and I need to slow down. So, meantime and in between time, we see Stan back at the ranch. He is cleaning the car off, just doing busy work, and he still has his pajamas on. So his homeboy comes over to the house because Stan is in need of some communication. So he comes over to the house and he begins to ask Stan about what happened with him between him and Lisa. He indicates that he and Lisa had a problem because he said some mean things about her children and he said that she wasn't a good mom. And so the friend was like, why would you say something like that? She's trying to be a mother. You got to cut her some slack. She whatever. And so Stan is regretting that he said this. Now, he has not heard from Lisa, and Lisa did not stay with him. Lisa told her girlfriend that because of Stan's behavior, she left out and that she's going to be calling her PO to see whether or not she can stay somewhere else because she's not going to take the bull crap from Stan. But Stan is hoping that he can talk to Lisa and get Lisa to come back. He indicates that the reason why he acted this way is because he was drinking. And we did indeed see him drinking his wine, and we saw him, with the fruit platter again. So anyway, after he does that, right, his friend is like, you need to call. So Stan calls Lisa on the phone and he tells Lisa that he would like to meet up with her tonight because he wanted to, apologize to her and try to get things right with Lisa. And so Lisa is still angry with him, but she agrees to do this and agrees to meet up with him. Well, we see Stan in the mirror combing that comb over, that rabbit of a toupee he got on his head. Because he says he wants to look good for Lisa. Stan, I don't give I don't care if you go to the best weavologist in the world. There's nothing that's going to make you look better. Boo, sometimes we have to understand, we got to get in where we fit in. Take that stuff, Kojak yourself, do something different because these toupees and stuff are aging you more than what you think, Stan. You just ain't cute and you ain't handsome. You probably were back in the day, but it's okay. Right? We can do little things to enhance ourselves, but putting on Dave Crockett's So anyway, Stan gets to the restaurant. He's waiting on her to come in. He's made a decision that he is not going to drink. And so Lisa comes stepping up in there, honey, with her black dress on, her long, crinkly weave. And she looks different. She looked different, but not different enough. But I was like, okay. Stan is blown away by the way that Lisa looks and the way that she is walking down that aisle. He's blown away. And so he tells her and compliments her and tells her, how nice she looks and everything. And he loves her hair, that her hair is fantastic and phenomenal. And she's like, yeah, whatever. Let's get to the apology. Let's get to, you correcting your wrong. So, Lisa says that, she sees Stan right now as a mean person. This is not really the Stan that Lisa has been accustomed to. She is paroling at his house, but she's considering not doing that. Stan understands that Lisa is not playing with him. And so as a result, now he on the big tip. She said, let me tell you something. He's going to play this by my rules now. At first, I was going to play by his, but now he's going to play by mine. If Stan doesn't be careful, she's going to have the whole Brady bunch living up in his house. And they're going to tear that up. So Stan is apologetic. He wants her to come back. He said, where did you stay last night? She said, I stayed at a motel that you're going to reimburse me for. He said, no problem. I'm rich, bitch. So Lisa is not playing with him. She is still very angry with Stan about this situation. She's not really trusting it. She said usually she just would have told him to kick rocks and get the out of her life boulevard. And Lisa ain't to be played with. So I'm going to tread real lightly because Lisa ain't to be played with. She's not playing with Stan. But you can tell Stan is really a nasty individual. He's not a nice guy. Not at all. The next person I want to talk about is Britney and Ray. Britney got on my motherfucking nerve. How ignorant is this young woman? First of all, I want to say that Britney looks 100% times better with no makeup on. All of that black and white, shiny, glittery stuff that she has on when she's doing her confessional, she looks 100% better without all that mess on her face. When she was standing in the closet talking to Ray on the telephone, I was like, she's cute. She's not a bad looking girl at all. So anyway, she's, on the phone and she's talking to Ray. Ray is getting ready to come home the next day. He lets her know that he's about to do this. Excuse me. He tells her the conditions of his parole or his probationary period. Having to have an ankle bracelet on. He has to stay in the house for 2 weeks. And she said, what woman doesn't want their man in their house 24/7? An educated, smart woman who wants a man who is equal to her. What woman wants a man sitting in their house with an ankle bracelet on? She's talking about some, he gonna be here 24/7. He gonna be here when I get here. He gonna be here when I go. I got to feed him, clothe him, house him. I gotta make what? And she's saying, what woman doesn't want this? None of us that got any sense want that kind of love and relationship. You want that man to earn his keep. The Bible says if a man don't work, he don't even eat. And she is proud and think it's absolutely normal for this man to be sitting his A up in her house all day long. What is wrong with, is it me? Are you okay? Is it me? Every time she said it, it made me angry because I was like, no woman should want that from the man that she is in love with, the man that she wants to have a family with. Again, let me know down in the comment section if I'm off base. She is proud that he's going to be stuck in that house because she wants a child or an animal, or I don't know what she wants. But he's going from, in my opinion, the way she's talking, from one cage to another. She wants control over Ray. She wants to own Ray. She wants to strip him and wear him like, last year's Versace. She wants to, What is wrong with her? So she asked Ray, you're getting out and everything, am I going to come and get you alone or is somebody else going to come and get you? So Ray was like, nah, you're going to come and get me and everything. She really wants to have a future with him. So he asked her, is your mom and your dad, your parents going to come over? And she was like, no, well, it's last minute, eyes darting like this. She just lying her tail off. She can't even look straight. Yeah, it's last minute and everything, but they're excited about you being here, right? Are you kidding me? You know that your mother is absolutely refusing to see this man because your mother thinks that you have chosen someone who is beneath you. But let me tell you something, Mom, if you're watching, your daughter is right at that same level with Ray. She ain't no higher up here, Mama. And see, all the rest of everything that we see that's following is as a result of what's going on up here, back up in here, all up in this area, Mom. All up in this area, Mom. Britney may have, in her opinion, come from wealth or from a middle-class family and has had the best of everything. But there is something broken. Even Ray's grandmother said, I'm trying to figure out what kind of person this woman is that she has to date a man who has been in jail. It ain't nothing wrong with a man coming home and reforming himself or anything like that. But her mindset is, I am going to have him up underneath my thumb the whole entire time. I've not heard her mention him having any dreams or aspirations to do anything but be a kept man. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to last long because a man got to feel like a man. It's not going to last the way that she think it's going to last. Something is broken in Britney. Britney goes over to her girlfriend's house in the wee hours in the morning, her sister's house, and her sister is beating her face. And she's like, well, can you beat my face so that it can last all day? Her sister was like, I know what I'm doing. I got this. She gets in the car, drives all the way. Ray says that he's going to be coming out between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. She said, bitch, I'll be there at 7 the day before. And so now she is on her way to the jail. She gets to the halfway house. She gets to the halfway house. And guess who's sitting there? Yup, you're right. Grandma Susie. Grandma Susie is on the case. Okay. The next person that I want to talk about is Daonte and Nicole. I purposely turned the comments off so I could not be, I don't see the comments. I don't see any of that. If you all have sent me a super chat, thank you so much, moderators. Please be sure to thank them for the super chats. But I purposely turned my comments off because I don't want to know who's in my chat because we going the hell in. Daonte, are you serious? To Nicole or to not to Nicole Jr. is the question here. You doing better with the dummy than the dummy because both those dummies are making you look like a dummy and a fool. Y'all want to know what happened? I'm about to tell you. Y'all know Daonte had picked Nicole up from her mother's house, right? I mean, from the beautician shop. She's in there getting her hair done. She takes the opportunity to call the ex-girlfriend. Now, mind you, the girlfriend said that that Nicole had indicated that she had been with somebody a week before she got out. Daonte done went up the street and got dresses for her because he's financing her whole entire life. He comes into the shop and she's sitting on the phone talking to the girlfriend. Talking about she wants to go party and let her hair down. Now, mind you, this is the same chick that said that she ain't been touched in 4 years. You mean touched by a man? Because you've been touched and you've been touching. Daonte walks in. Why didn't he hear that conversation? The girlfriend comes out, the one that she was in jail with and just hooked up with, comes out and greets him and takes the dresses and said, let me take this to her. So she comes out in a bad red dress that Daonte brought for her. Now, I must say that Daonte got some taste, and he will drop them coins. But he's not dropping the coins for someone who is worthy of the coins. Daonte, Auntie's birthday is coming up. It's next week. Go ahead on and drop them coins. Okay? You can cash at me. They will put it in the moderators will put it in the chat. Okay? Okay. Since you Big Willie and you spend the money like that, every week it gets worse and worse. It gets worse and worse for him. I don't know. Okay. I ain't going to try to psychoanalyze him. Let me do the review. So Nicole comes out and she's dressing, she's stepping out and everything. She's got her weave in. She's got her sexy red dress. And Daonte's eyes is like, boing. Okay. He's excited that she's coming out. So they're going out on the town, right? They're going out to a club because she said when she got locked up, she was 18. And so she never legally was able to go into a club. But now she's legal, okay? Legally blind. And she's going to the club with him. And so they get into the restaurant and everything. And homeboy Derek is there. She's got her girlfriend that she was incarcerated with. And he got Derek. Now, Derek got some damn sense. Derek coming up in that mofo like I'm about to read this girl because I know she full of... But Daonte like, nah, don't do my girl like that. That's my girl. I love her. Daonte, you don't know what love is if you love Nicole. Because that's not love. What's love got to do with it? Don't make me hit a Tina Turner about this tonight. You're infatuated with her. You're fantasizing about this young woman. But this ain't love. So anyway, she comes in there and everything. Derek is, introduces her. They all introduce themselves to each other. And Derek can pick up the vibe. Derek then already saw that his man Daonte done spent thousands of dollars on this chick, gives her $1,000. She put it in her bra. Then she got the nerve to stay at her mother house, right? Not that I don't want to communicate that because a man gives you money or gives you gifts that you owe him sex, because you don't. Whatever position she wants to take on this, that's her position. But Daonte has an expectation that this is what this is about. His expectation is that she came, he said this out of his own mouth tonight, that most women who come out of jail wants to be with a man. Daonte, who the fuck told you that? Where you get that from? Like your thinking in that area is off. And I'm sure, I hope that you have learned that that's not the truth all the time. Now, even though this girl is conning you, she's conning you on a whole different level. And the material things, as she said, I never asked you for them. She said she asked you for a cheap ring that she could wear while she was incarcerated. You took that cheap ring and said that this isn't you might as well just go ahead on to marry me. So all of a sudden y'all engaged. But the things that you have done for her, you've done those things for her because you wanted to do them. You said you did them because you was in love. So maybe gift giving is your love language. Again, my birthday next week. So Derek, go ahead and ask you questions. So Daonte say, hold up, be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't hurt my girl. Don't make her run away. I already ain't got nothing from her, So Derek was like, I mean, what's your intentions with Daonte? And so she's like, what you mean? What's my intention with Daonte? I don't understand what you say. What my intention is. Let me see. With my girlfriend going to. Wait a minute. What now? My intentions with the girlfriend? With Daonte. I love him. He was like, oh, okay. So, when the last time you had, what I'm saying? You been with any girls and then, what you doing with your phone? Why you all up in your phone and everything? She was like, I'm waiting on a friend. I can't even concentrate on nothing else because I wait on my friend. He was like, what's going on with your friend? You been with your friend sexually? Yeah. Now, Daonte didn't even ask the girl. He sat up at the table and was shocked. Daonte, she's in a women prison for 4 years. Mm-hmm. She's telling you that she's uncomfortable. She ain't been touched in 4 years. But Derek, in one conversation, gets out of her that not only has she slept with this girl that she's waiting to come to the bar, but she's also slept with 4 or 5 other chicks in the jail. And you don't even know that she's been doing lap dances and what questions did your ass ask? This whole time you've been paying for her and sending her money and setting up the house for her and got a Nicole Jr. that you screw and put in the dishwasher like it's a wine cork, bitch. The hell? Is it me? Derek peeped her card. So now all of a sudden, she mad, Daonte mad. They outside arguing. Daonte is like, what you done been with a woman and all this so kind of stuff, and you don't want to be with me. She was like, I'm uncomfortable. He said, but you ain't uncomfortable spending my the money. She said, it ain't about the money, Daonte. I would have been with you because I love you. And I would have been with you. I didn't ask you to send me that stuff. Typical gold digger. Now, why she didn't ask him is because she probably was dropping little hints about what she wanted. This man has spent thousands of dollars on her. And she's standing out there telling Daonte that she loved him. And Daonte is like, I know that this is a bunch of bull, but I love her. No, Daonte, you are lusting after her. You do not love her. This is not love. If it's really love, why do I hurt so bad? Makes me feel so sad inside. Hey, if it's really love, and I didn't. Daonte, this ain't love. And you know it's not. You said that your friend Derek was jealous because look what you got. You have a shell of a woman. Derek ain't jealous of you because Derek probably getting more booty than you. I don't mean no harm, but Derek probably getting more booty than you ever had in your life. Derek ain't got no reason to be jealous with the way he looking out there. Come on now, y'all let me know down in the chat who getting the most, Daonte or Derek, damn it. I want to know. He ain't jealous. He trying to look out for his homeboy because he know you being played. Why do people always go to the jealousy card? That's petty and it don't work anymore. That's so damn old. That story already been told. That chapter is closed. Book closed. All right, it's off the bestsellers list. When people trying to tell you what's going on, it ain't because they jealous. It's because they see you looking like a fool, smelling like a fool. This girl is playing him. She comes back up in there after she done told Daonte that she love him. And he told me, some, I want to get some. You ain't want to be with me. Here you been with all of these women and you've been spending all my money, but you won't even stay with me. She said, well, I'll go back to your place with you, but I'm going to make the decision on whether or not I'm going to stay with you or the guest bedroom. Daonte, you knew from the giddy up you weren't going to get nothing, but you drinking, you got this dime piece that you think, because, really, she's not a dime piece. I'm trying to tell you, she's a counterfeit penny. At best. At best, she's counterfeit. This girl ain't got nothing going on. She ain't about jack. And she is breaking your heart, which is breaking our heart. It really bothers me to see a mofo get played like this. Be it man, woman, child, dog. Nobody deserves to be played like this girl is playing him. She's playing him like a fiddle. And his nose hole is so cotton freaking wide open. And I'm going to tell you, when he crashed, his ass is going to crash. And I can't wait for the altercation between Nicole and his mama. Mama gonna knock you out. Mama gonna knock you out. I cannot wait until a mother get up in her ass. Because that's what she need and that's what he need. So anyway, Daonte takes Nicole back to the apartment. She got her red dress on. He thinking about he in a straight up Johnny Gill, put on your red dress and put on your high heels. Y'all, this ain't no Johnny Gills. This is Thriller. This Michael Jackson Thriller. Cause she's the thriller. He tells her to come on over closer to him. She gets up on, gets to kissing him and everything, holding his face. She said, Daonte, nice looking. He got good teeth, but he's scraggly. She said he got a little bit of muscles, but he's scrawny and scraggly. So anyway, she gets on, he pulls her on top of him and everything, and they're kissing and everything. And she says, I'm staying in the guest room. I ain't bratting. I'm not feeling this. Now, there was some other things that happened at the table. When Derek said you got the strap, and she said no, she didn't strap. She ate cabbage. She goes into the guest bedroom. Daonte goes to the side of the bed because Nicole Jr. waiting on him. She got her ass cheeks on the edge of the bed and on the edge of the bag, and she's twerking on the floor on the rug. Because see, at this point, Nicole Jr. about to come to life, bitch. He about to find out that this ain't she and as dumb as he thinks she is. She twerking in the bag, in her butt cheek is just like right on the edge of the bag, and she making it drop it like it's hot. Because Nicole ain't giving him nothing. Nicole done snuck down on the floor in the guest bedroom, and she's talking to her girlfriend that she was with at the jail. And she said she didn't talk to her and to Sean, her old boyfriend. But all is still and yet, she playing Daonte like a fiddle. Daonte goes and picks up that pillowcase because he saw it bumping up and down on the floor. He pulls it out and tells them, I'll talk to y'all later. Almost threw up. Almost threw up. Here's the thing. The next couple I want to talk about is Doug and Cotton freaking Rachel. He is out of control. He is on her cell phone because it got the little glittery stuff on the case. And he's trying to call his family because he wants to go to his family's home. Now, he has already been told that he cannot go out on the weekends. He can go out on the weekdays 8 to 5. But on the weekends, he need to be home. He's unable to contact his probation officer, his PO. But it's Father's Day weekend. He says daddy is sick and he won't go and see his daddy. So he tells Rachel, not asks Rachel, tells Rachel that he is going over to his family house and that she don't have a choice. She need to get her stuff together. Little Doug, wash your face, wash your tail, put your clothes on, eat your breakfast. Let's go. We going regardless. She's saying, why can't you just do the simple what you're supposed to do? Why do you have to break the simplest of rules? He said, because that's what I do. See, he's out and he's laying up at her castle and she's making this man feel like he the king. Rachel, how'd that work out for you? I'm just asking for a friend over there and the people in the back. How did that work out? He earned nothing to run nothing. He even brought a balloon from the dollar store to put up in that month, and you let him. Girl, these women stupid as I don't know what. The more I look at Rachel, the dumber I think that Rachel is. Unfreaking believable how dumb this chick is. To let this man come up in her house and think he gonna run something up in this. You gotta be in the situation. She gets her clothes on, her little bag and everything. And despite the fact that she know it's wrong, she colluded with him. She conspired with him to break the law, or at least the law as it pertains to him. She risking it all for this mofo. How stupid. If they tell you, she said, well, you know, you can't drive, you can't do this, you can't do that. But she's standing there with her bag. He gonna tell the son, put an alarm on put an alarm for 8:30 because by 8:30 we need to be up out of here. You ain't running nothing up in this mother. What you talk about putting an alarm on something? Put an alarm on what, mother? Auntie, you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down, Auntie. Auntie, calm down, Carl. So he's driving down the road. His son's still being disrespectful in the back of the car. I don't care what none of y'all say. He disrespectful. He got a small mouth, and he been got the. That joint would be so hard to be echoing. You would think that you were standing in the middle of the Grand Canyon. That. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, they riding and everything. They're having their conversation in the car. The little boy, is going to the house. Rachel indicates that she had been staying with the family, that they have been allowing her to come over and see Dougie's side of the family and all of that kind of stuff, and taking the little boy. We get over to he talks about welfare and how his family was on welfare in Section 8, and how, all they didn't have much, but they had each other. They didn't have you because you was gone for 11 years. They didn't have you because you was gone. So what do you mean we had each other? Nobody had you. He said that the sister lived next door to the mother. The other sister lived down the street. He don't know where they live. He goes into jail and he gets white trash tattooed on the front of his leg. Because he said that that's where he grew up at. But you don't have to always be what you was. You don't have to look like where you been. People change all the time. And they do better with their lives. And so you're going to take that and put that as a monument on your cutting freaking leg? White trash? Who does stuff like that? Doug. So they get to the family house and everything. He was talking about his father being sick. Her, Rachel, and Doug, little Dougie, hop out the car and everything. And he's hiding because he wants to surprise them. His dad sees him and he embraces him, and he is happy and he's crying to see his son. He is so elated that he see Doug. But guess what? Doug ain't supposed to be there. But he said that his father is dying of stage 4 cancer, I guess cirrhosis of the liver or whatever he was trying to explain. His mama wouldn't even come out there. His mother's so disgusted with what he did with his life, and I guess what he did to others, or maybe some embarrassment that she's carrying, over the years and everything. She wouldn't even come out to greet him. He knew that his mother was hurt and disappointed in him. His father told him, "You need to treat Rachel right. This girl loves you. She's a good girl, and she's willing to give you the world." And if you all look at the video, I will click the video on this one where I talked about the status of Rachel and Doug's relationship right now. He don't know how to do right. He rides past the church and was like, "Yeah, I used to date the pastor's daughter." And he laughs and everything because he know he's not good in his heart. He has no good intent. And Rachel, like a dummy, is around this family. And I'm not saying that, you can't be around people like this, but this is just light years a difference from how she lives. When they got to the house, it was a cork board in between the windows. That's how impoverished they were. And I know that there are people who live like that, and I'm sympathetic to that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I couldn't date your son. There's nothing that would draw me to a person like that, because I can't relate to that. And I'm sorry, that's just me. Let me know down in the comment section. But that's too far on the other side of the tracks for me. Just the mentality and the mindset. Not so much the poverty, just the mindset that even though you have rules that you need to follow, you're going to break them. Why didn't he have the family come see him? He called himself doing a pop-up visit. Your own mother don't come out. His father is crying and saying, "Do the right thing, son. Do right by this girl." Then we find out, because of a fight get ready to break out on that joint, because his sister Ashley used to take care of Doug, and they said that she was mean to Doug. She sits there and she was like, "Yeah, I need to let you see these letters that I found in Doug's drawer." And so little Dougie was like, "Don't do it. If you don't do it, don't show him." She was like, "Yeah, he's sitting up here saying his life is ruined and he hates his life." He probably does, Ashley. He been from pillar to post. Doug Sr. or Jr. sister and says that his sister Ashley was taking care of him, took him to Rachel's house, and never came back for him. They said that she won't treat the boy right. Now you see the hurt kid come out of him. You see why he's a disrespectful kid. But everybody over there is rubbing his back and rubbing his arm, and Rachel is holding him and everything because he's broken. It's just a whole bunch of infighting in the family. Doug is sitting up there calling the sister a bingo. And I'm just like, it's about to pop off in the hood. It was a mess at the house, y'all. He said the reason why Ashley did that is because he was spoiled and he needed to get some breaking. But where the is his mother? The other sister was like, the one he ended up cussing out and calling a bingo. She was like, it's good to see him. He not my little brother anymore. He's taller than me. But how long he gonna be out? He's such a career criminal and such a fuck up. How long he gonna be out? She can't even really feel no compassion for her brother, or she feels disjointed because she's like, I can't put no real investment in him because I don't know when he going back. Not if, when. When is he going back? He's standing out there and calling people all kinds of names. I just was like, Jesus. Dysfunction. Just totally dysfunction going on in his family. No wonder he's the way that he is. But he broke his mama heart. And I want to know what his mother want to say. The father was sitting up there crying. He said that when he looked at his father, that his father's half the man that he remembers. And a lot of it probably had to do with being brokenhearted. Being brokenhearted. And I'm not blaming Doug Jr. for what has happened with his dad. But some of what has happened with him has contributed to his father's state of mind. And it's sad to see that much poverty. But it's also sad to see little Dougie broken like that. And that they are arguing about what happened to him. Is it nothing sacred? Can you not? Can you have this conversation out of his earshot where he can hear this? And where he can contribute to the conversation? Because at the end of the day, this grown folk stuff. But that's his problem. Nobody has regarded him as a child. And so now, Doug went to go and stay with Rachel, and Rachel picked up the pieces. Let me tell y'all something. As sad as that was, and as wild as this was a B episode. If you have not seen it, you have got to go and see this episode. I thought it was great. It's right at the cuff of being an A, but it just did not quite make it. Okay. But this was a good episode. If you send me a cash app, a super chat, thank you very much. I wanted to do this uninterrupted. And so I apologize for not seeing it. But please know that I thank you very much for every cash app, super chat that you have sent. Thank you so much to my moderators who always keep the chat nice and safe. For all of you all who saw this tonight, please let me know in the comment section what you thought about this episode. Give some advice or something like that, okay? I'm working on a couple of interviews for you all. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to bring you all some interviews of some of these cast members. I'm really looking forward to doing that. So I love you all to pieces. Let me know what you think. Again, this was my review of Love After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 40. Halfway Handoff. Love you all. Bye-bye.